morning to everyone! Ito ang programang Doctors on TV, tagapaghatid ng mga impormasyong pangkalusugan. And I'm your host, Dr. Sara Barba Cabodil. Sabay-sabay tayong matuto mga kasambahay dahil napakahalaga ng kaalamang medikal to encourage us for a healthy lifestyle. Para naman sa iba pang kaganapan ngayong umaga, pag-uusapan po natin ang isang uri ng kondisyon na pangunahing apektado ay ang utak ng tao. Ito ay ang hydrocephalus na karaniwang nakikita sa mga bata. At para po sa paunang detalye, let's talk about it quick and get your every Sunday's dose of information.
Madalas tayong nakakakita ng mga batang may hindi pangkaraniwang laki ng ulo o yung mga may kondisyon na hydrocephalus. Ang hydrocephalus ay nanggaling sa Greek word na hydro, ibig sabihin ay water o tubig, at cephalus, head o ulo, o sa madaling sabi, pagkakaroon ng tubig sa utak. At alam nyo ba na ang hydrocephalus ay mas karaniwan sa mga sanggol kung saan ang kanilang ulo ay may hindi pangkaraniwang laki dahil nagkakaroon ng fluid sa loob ng kanilang utak. Ayon rin sa mga pag-aaral, tinatayang 85 sa bawat 100,000 tao sa buong mundo ay apektado ng hydrocephalus. Mas mataas na bilang ng mga kaso ng hydrocephalus ay sa mga bata, kung saan 88 sa bawat 100,000 ang apektado. Sa mga matatanda naman, mas mababa ang porsyento, kung saan nasa 11 sa bawat 100,000. Kaya't sa pagkakaroon ng kaalaman tungkol sa kondisyong ito ay mahalaga upang matulungan natin ang ating mga mahal sa buhay at komunidad na mas maintindihan ang hydrocephalus at kung paano ito maiiwasan.
And for the nitty-gritty of our topic for today, makakasama po natin ang isang Pediatric Neurologist upang madagdagan at mas maliwanagan tayo kung ano nga po ba ang mga nakapaloob sa sakit na hydrocephalus. Let us welcome Dr. Bernadette Terencio from Makati Medical Center. Good morning, Doc Bernie, and welcome to Doctors on TV.
Hello, good morning, Sarah. I'm glad to be here. And of course, thank you very much for inviting me.
Yes, the pleasure is ours, Doktora. Okay, and ito, Doktora, in layman's term, para mas madali pong maintindihan ng ating mga viewers, ano nga po ba ang hydrocephalus?
When we say hydrocephalus, it came from the Greek term talaga na hydro meaning water and cephalus meaning head. So, pag pinagdikit natin yan, water in the head. So, when we say hydrocephalus, it's a disease already where there is parang nagbe-build up ang water inside the brain. So, that causes enlargement of the head, paglaki ng ulo sa mga bata. Pero sa mga may edad or matatanda wherein nagsara na ang bumbunan, syempre hindi nalalaki yung ulo. This one would cause headache, of course. Medyo delikado if not addressed properly.
I see. And early on.
And early.
Yes. Okay. And pero bakit sinasabing mas apektado nito ang mga bata?
Kasi majority of the cases are congenital. So, actually, kung titignan natin yung epidemiology, mas mataas ang occurrence ng hydrocephalus in the younger population, and then it goes down in the middle ages in children, in adolescents, and adult. Pero pagdating sa matatanda ulit, mataas na naman ang incidence ng hydrocephalus because of different causes.
I see. Okay, siguro, Doktora, himayin natin. Dito muna tayo sa younger age group. Okay, bakit nga mas common sa kanila dito, particularly sa age group na ito?
Because yung causes nga natin for the younger ones, like for instance, yung mga tinatawag nating congenital diseases, like we have the hydranencephaly. It's a little bit technical term, pero pag sinabi nating hydranencephaly, yung brain ng bata ay punong-puno ng tubig at manipis na lang ang kanyang brain. So it's a developmental pathology. And then another one
na hindi na ilalabas ang fluid.
Hindi na ilalabas ang
Kasi
fluid.
normally, meron namang minute amount, tama ba, Doktora?
Yes, na
may
natitira.
Natitira, supposedly. But dahil may problema nga dun sa structure, so hindi na ilalabas, kaya dumadami. And since bukas pa ang bunbunan, the skull, ibig sabihin yung ating head, okay? Right. Kaya pa niya, nag-e-expand
siya. At lumaki.
And habang dumadaming tubig doon, nag-e-expand siya na nag-e-expand. Right. That's why, ganito ang nakikita natin na itsura ng mga bata.
Mga batang hindi ina-address properly.
Okay.
So, the hydranencephaly is just one of the things, no? Meron pa rin tayong aqueductal stenosis, medyo technical pa rin, pero ang sinasabi naman nito, may bara yung daanan ng tubig galing sa loob ng brain palabas sa spinal cord. So, nagbabara siya. Meron din naman na congenital, yung tinatawag nating mga spina bifida. Yung merong hindi tama ang pag-develop ng spinal cord, wherein nagkakaroon sila ng sac doon sa kanilang spinal cord. So, nag-accumulate doon yung CSF, yung tubig, and then ganun din. Minsan nagkakaroon din sila ng hydrocephalus. And most of these things we see of course, in infancy, sa newborns, kasi nga, we call it congenital. And another important, sabihin na natin, group of individual are the prematures. The premature. Kasi pag premature, they're very delicate, no? Any stress could cause bleeding inside the brain. Hindi naman lahat ng prematures na nagbe-bleed nagkakaroon ng hydrocephalus. Pero yung mga batang massive, malalaki ang bleeding, and yung buong dugo, nagbabara dun sa daanan ng tubig, it causes hydrocephalus also.
I see.
So, multifactorial, and of course, mas marami talaga doon sa age na yun.
And speaking of this age group, no, very young age group, and they are born with it, diba, Doktora? We mentioned na congenital
Yung
nga.
iba congenital.
Okay, mostly dito sa age group na to. But, Doktora, basically, can we attribute this dito sa mga pagbubuntis ng kanilang nanay? Kasi naririnig natin yan, di ba? Naku, baka hindi nag-folic acid. Naku, baka kung saan na-expose. Anong truth about this?
Actually, there are studies suggesting that, giving folic acid would prevent spinal deformities. So, yung mga yan, pwede, which is acceptable. And of course, kaya dapat regular ang check-up sa OB. And sometimes, of course, yung pagbubuntis ng mga nanay na nagkakaroon sila ng sakit na tinatawag nating torch infection, yung mga toxoplasma, mga ganyang infection, it causes infection inside the womb and causes hydrocephalus as well. So, primarily, the health of the mom is very important in the prevention of
this disease.
Some forms. Some forms, but not all of hydrocephalus.
Ay, so napaka-importante talaga makasambahay. Dapat laging healthy ang nanay.
Yes.
Okay, kasi sa kanya nakadepend ang kanyang baby sa sinasapupunan, di ba?
Right.
And dapat talaga laging may guidance ng OBGYN. Hindi pwedeng basta uminom ng kahit anong gamot, during ng pregnancy, especially during the first trimester, yung unang 3 buwan, very critical, Doktora, di ba?
True.
Kasi yan yung stage kung saan nagpo-form po ng organs, okay, ang sanggol, okay, and syempre, any factor, okay, pwedeng ma-affect yung formation. Magkaroon ng problema, may hindi nagsara, diba? May ganyan, and a lot more, okay? So, yan yung dito para sa young age group. And then you mentioned, medyo pag dun sa age group, habang ang age ay pumupunta sa gitna, nababawasan yung incidence of hydrocephalus, and then tumataas ulit sa higher age group. Okay, sa mas may edad na, okay?
Yes.
And these ones, ano naman ang common cause dito para magkaroon sila ng hydrocephalus?
Right. So, in children, dito sa dadaanan natin sa children and adolescents, of course, ang mga nakikita nating causes dito would be head trauma. Pag nagkaroon ng bleed sa brain, of course, magbabara, and of course, tumors. Siyempre, nakikita din yan sa bata at saka dun sa mga dalagita or binata, and even in adults. Now, pagdating sa mga matatanda, this is also seen. Pero kadalasan, of course, we have the head trauma, pag masyadong hindi nag-aalaga, and then of course, because of the bleed. It's not the trauma itself, but because of the blood that forms. And then, of course, nandyan din ang tumor. Siyempre, pag umupo ang tumor doon sa dinadaanan ng tubig, pwede siyang magbara. May obstruction. So, pwede talagang mag-cause ng hydrocephalus. Another one, of course, siyempre yung mga matatanda, meron na yung mga sakit. Kasama dyan yung hypertension, diabetes. So, if the hypertension goes uncontrolled, mataas ang BP, ayaw uminom ng gamot, at nag-stroke, ang stroke niya, di ba, may iba't ibang klase ng stroke. Merong bara, merong dugo. pag dugo ang nangyari, pumutok ang ugat dahil sa taas ng presyon, ang dugo na yan maaaring magbara sa daanan ng tubig. So magkakaroon tayo ng hydrocephalus na kailangan agad-agad nating gamutin because it's life-threatening. And syempre, katulad din yung mga diabetes, prone to hypertension, prone to stroke, and bottom line, kailangan talaga we take care of our health.
I see. Okay, so we were able to discuss yung different causes, no? Of course, na nag-iiba, depende sa age group. Now, may ibang klase pa ba ng hydrocephalus, Doktora?
Yes, actually. We have the communicating hydrocephalus. So, para maintindihan natin, kasi ang tubig sa loob ng utak ay at least nabubuo siya at least 500 cc per day. 24 hours, meron tayo dapat 500 cc na production. At any given time, dapat merong 65 to at least 150 cc. Hindi nagsistay yung 500 doon. Lalo na sa mga bata, 65 cc lang yan. Sa mga adults, mga 150. So, nandun lang siya. Ang purpose niya is, of course, palutangin ang brain natin so that if there's any injury, halimbawa nauntog, instead na papalo ang brain natin dun sa tigas ng skull, it's floating. So, nagba-bounce lang yung brain. So, that's the purpose of the water.
Basically, lubricant din siya doon.
Lubricant. It's a cushion.
Cushion also.
Para walang masyadong immediate trauma sa mga minor injuries.
Kasi yung water yung magte-take ng impact.
Ng pressure. But of course, pag meron tayong mga bara doon sa dinadaanan, doon sa production, and doon sa paligid kung saan nagde-drain ang CSF, yun ang nagkukos ng hydrocephalus. So, meron tayong communicating, ibig sabihin walang bara doon sa daanan. Meron tayong non-communicating, ibig sabihin may bara doon sa daanan. Meron tayong, and of course, pag nagbara, nagkukos ng pressure. Masakit ang ulo, of course, we see all that. Meron tayong normal pressure hydrocephalus. Ito naman, dahan-dahan lumalaki yung tubig sa loob.
So, hindi biglaan?
Hindi biglaan. Usually, nakikita natin ito sa mga matatanda. Kaya nagkakaroon ng demensya, maulyanin.
Doktora, kaya ba naging normal yung pressure kasi dahan-dahan naman?
Dahan-dahan ang build-up. And then, of course, sa mga matatanda, medyo may konting maliliit na yung brain na yan. Kaya na-accommodate yung laki ng ating tubig dun sa loob. And of course, the ex vacuo hydrocephalus, ito naman, dahil nga maliliit na yung brain ng mga matatanda, lolo-lola natin, kailangan, nagkakaroon tayo ng space. So, na-occupy ng water yung space na yun. So, pag tinignan mo, parang malaki, pero hindi siya talaga actual. Kasi nga lang, maliit na yung brain. So, we call it ex vacuo hydrocephalus.
I see. Okay, and sa kanilang lahat, meron ba siyang pinaka-nakakatakot? Mas mahirap i-manage?
Actually, of course, the normal pressure and the ex vacuo, medyo okay lang yan. Medyo pwedeng may gamot, Pero the acute phase, yung pagbiglang nangyari ang hydrocephalus, ito yung mga dapat nating agapan. Kasi this one could really cost the lives of our patients.
I see. Naku, so dapat talaga bantay, no? Pag merong mga sintomas na nararamdaman, magpakita na kagad sa doktor. Kasi para at least mas nag-guide right away, no? Baka mamaya yung pala yung malalang klase. Mahirap habulin ng pasyente. Kaya, doktora, ano yung pwede mag-lead sa mga ating mga viewers, okay? Para at least magka-idea na, teka, madala na nga itong aking mahal sa buhay na ito kay doktora, ganyan. So, usually, ano pong presentation ng pasyente na hydrocephalus po pala ang kino-consider nyo or ini-entertain yung diagnosis?
So, it varies also, different age groups, no? Usually, yung mga baby, nadidetect na agad because of our technology right now, nadidetect na may hydrocephalus early on sa sinapupunan pa lang.
Okay. So, even nasa loob pa lang?
Nasa loob pa lang, nadidetect Kita na. So, binabantayan na namin yan. Of course, we have adequate time para bantayan.
Para paghandaan.
Paghandaan. Hindi naman right away pagkapanganak,
gagawin na
opera agad.
But basically, yung referral system, no?
Yes, at least it's running already. Nakikita na ng Pediatric Neuro, nakikita na ng neurosurgeon kung kailangan. Pero
doktora, wait. Kasi usually, di ba, nagpapaprenatal ang, in the event na nagpapaprenatal ang isang buntis, no? Which should be, okay? And, di ba, kalimitan niya, no? Every month, tapos dumadalas ang check-up, di ba? At what age of gestation, ilang buwan ang pagbubuntis ng isang ina na merong hydrocephalus pala ang anak niya na nakikita?
kadalasan 6 months onwards, nakikita na
ultrasound
yan.
yan,
Ultrasound, nakikita na
Okay.
kasi yung brain natin develop na. Early, minsan hindi pa masyado nakikita.
Kasi katulad nga naman na pag-usapan natin kanina, 'di ba, ang formation kasi ng ng organ sa first trimester,
First
yung unang 3 buwan.
trimester,
So kung
right.
may konting problema na medyo pwedeng may makita na ika-6
Oo,
months.
in the 6 months. Kasi nga, nagbe-build up yung
Na yung
fluid.
fluid.
So, nakikita mo, dahan-dahang lumalaki. So, nakikita mo siya later in the pregnancy. But,
see.
enough to give the parents time to prepare.
Yeah, oo.
Yeah, so kung anong gagawin and to call yung linkages natin.
But I can just imagine ganun ka nagdurugo yung
Yeah.
puso ng parents,
for the
di ba?
parents, to
Yeah.
anticipate
Okay,
delivery.
so that's for the baby.
For the babies.
How about sa another age group, Doktor?
So as they grow, minsan walang prenatal ang mga magulang, bigla na lang darating sa'yo, doktora, parang medyo malaki yung ulo ng anak ko pero maganda ang development.
O kasi di ba sinusukat yan ng mga PJ,
Right,
Pagka
every time.
labas, o ano yung head circumference, yung
Right.
abdominal. So, meron tayong mga chart niyan, no?
Chart,
Dapat ganyan.
yes.
But pagka mas malaki than normal, yun yung
Yes.
dadating sa sa
Right.
clinic.
There's rapid growth or rapid progression on the head size. Of
Mm.
course, yan. Mga red flag na yan na parang medyo mabilis. And then, of course, the maturity in terms of the milestone. Medyo hindi nag-attain ng milestone. Laging nakadapa, hindi masyado gumagapang. Or kasi nga, ang bigat-bigat ng ulo niya, hindi na maka-turn over. So, yun yung mga binabantayan natin. And delay talaga.
Pero doktora, sorry that I have to ask this, no? I mean, gusto ko lang din siguro kasi parang, mas makapagbantay ang mga kababaihan ng kanilang pagbubuntis. May kinalaman ba ito? I mean, yung hydrocephalus ba, mas mataas sa medyo low yung socio-economic or not really naman?
Well, ang importante kasi, meron kasing mga hydrocephalus na ang cause ay congenital or hereditary, syempre it runs in the family. So,
Yeah.
medyo
Iba yun.
wala na tayong magagawa
Okay.
dyan. Ngayon, pag lower socioeconomic group, of course, the vaccination of the mom is not complete. Of course, nandyan nagkakaroon ng sakit ang mom.
Mataas ang risk of infection
Mataas
during
ang
pregnancy.
risk of infection during pregnancy. Of course, it places them higher risk.
I see.
And of course, yung kanilang follow-up, minsan hindi naman nila napaprioritize.
Kaya ko po tinanong kasi kasi may mga programa naman ng ating gobyerno na pwede silang magpa-prenatal, may mag-guide, libre naman ito.
Yes.
In fact, namimigay pa nga ng mga bitamina rin sa mga
Yes.
health centers.
Exactly.
No? Kaya, syempre ako as a mom, nalulungkot ako na may mga batang ganito. Syempre, kanya-kanya. But of course, not because maayos ang akin, but gusto ko rin, para as much as possible, ay natin makakita ng mga batang ganito. So, sana po mga nanay na hindi pa man nagbubuntis, yung mga gusto pa lamang magplano ng pamilya, ganyan. So, maganda po na kasama ito sa pagpaplano, kailan mo ba gustong magbuntis. Of course, may mga nangyayari now out of plan, but as much as you can, please plan ahead.
Yes.
And condition your body, okay? And kasi syempre, nutrition also plays a major role.
Very important role.
Okay. And then, so, I just can't help but be sentimental, parang emotional pagdating sa mga babies. Kasi, parang, may mga factors naman na kaya kasi rin maiwasan. Okay, and of course, ito ang hatid ng ating programa, di ba? Makapagbigay ng impormasyong pangkalusugan para sa welfare ng lahat ng mga tagapanood, And, okay, going back, and dito sa higher age group, Doktora, kanina na-mention yung about infection. Kamusta ang manifestations? Ano usually nilang kino-complain?
When, halimbawa, ang cause ng hydrocephalus in children or adolescents and even in elderly, infection-related, kadalasan, minsan may history yan, nagpi-fever muna, na hindi nagagamot, and then after a while, nagkakaroon na ng complication. The infection alone is not actually the cause ng hydrocephalus all the time. If the infection is not treated, you get the complication. Kasi magkakaroon ng meningitis. Ang meningitis magagamot.
Meningitis is yung namamaga yung balot ng brain tsaka ng spinal cord.
Right.
No? Okay.
So, hindi lahat because we get a lot of patients having meningitis. Pag early intervention, nabigay mo ang gamot, they do well. Pero, if they get late, hindi ginamot, you get the complication. And the complications sometimes include hydrocephalus.
Kaso doktora, sabi naintindihan din natin yung iba. Doon kailangan kasi iba sakit ng ulo, parang iinuman lang lagi ng pain reliever.
Correct.
So ano yung pwede nating sabihin sa ating mga viewers na bago hindi po nare-resolve? Kasi pag may pain, hindi po yan ang sakit. Yan ay nagbibigay lang ng senyales na there's something wrong, di ba?
Right.
Okay, so you have to do something about it. So magpakonsulta. Kailan natin yung parang yung fever, I mean, in relation to our topic, no, parang leading to hydrocephalus, na parang ito, dapat within this period, kung di gumagaling, ano po yung critical time, period of time?
Kadalasan kasi if it's all the ordinary viral infection, kasi 3 days to 5 days, mawawala na.
Kasi self-resolving naman ang ano.
Self-limiting
Okay,
siya.
yeah.
Pero if it goes beyond that, and makikita mo na, may senyales na, even in children and adults, masakit ang ulo. Tapos tulog nun tulog, hindi masyado nagigising. Irritable kung gising, kasi siguro masakit ang ulo. And then, later on, syempre nagkakaroon na ng seizure, convulsion, at of course, hindi na nagigising pag malala na. Kasi masyado nang naiipit ang ulo, kaya tulog na lang sila ng tulog. That's one of the things that we have to avoid.
Okay, but in the event yung mga bata yung meron, ano, paano po natin pwede i-encourage, okay, ang mga magulang ng mga batang may hydrocephalus na kailangan nila sumailalim sa treatment right away?
So we have to primarily educate the parents, of course. Kailangan sabihan natin ng parents na once meron kayo nakita ng mga red flags, yung paulit-ulit na pagsakit ng ulo na hindi nawawala, paglaki ng ulo na out of the ordinary na sinasabi na ng pediatrician, delay, mga nahuhuli sa pagdapa, sa pag-upo, sa paggapang, pagsalita, na associated na lumalaki din ng ulo. All of those things, kailangan medyo pumunta na tayo sa doktor para magpakonsulta lang. Kasi, ang importante dito, if we intervene early, maaga natin nagawa ng paraan, maaga natin nagawa ng solusyon, less ang ating complication. And majority of the patients that, I handle, live a normal life.
Oh, that's good news.
When intervention is done early.
So, dapat talaga maaga. Okay, dahil dyan, kailangan, pag-uusapan natin sa susunod na bahagi, yun naman yung mga diagnostic measures, doktora, and management, of course, no? Kaya mga kasambahay, wag po kayong bibitiw. Magbabalik po ang Doctors on TV. Welcome back mga kasambahay! Before we continue our discussion, naku, kayo ba ay madalas na nagsuscroll ng inyong cellphones or computer? Naku, dahil dyan, we'd like to invite you to follow and subscribe to our social media accounts. Please like and follow our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/doctorsontv, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just please type www.youtube.com/@UNTV News and Rescue. Naku, maaari niyo pong balik-balikan mga kasambahay ang mga episodes ng Doctors on TV sa aming pong Facebook page at YouTube channel. Naku, kaya after liking and subscribing, pakishare niyo na din po sa inyong mga friends and family. Naku, dahil napakahalaga po ng pagkakaroon ng awareness, lalo na't ito'y tungkol sa ating kalusugan. At of course, tuloy pa rin po tayo makasambahay sa ating talakayan at kasama pa rin natin si Dr. Bernadette Terencio, a Pediatric Neurologist from Makati Medical Center. Ayan, doktora, so ito, no, ano-ano nga po ba yung mga procedure na kailangan i-request or usually nire-request nyo sa mga pasyente na may hydrocephalus po?
Again, may age group
Depende
pa
sa
din.
age group.
Depende sa age group. Kadalasan, pag newborn, kapag ang bumbunan ay bukas pa, so mas madali yon. We can easily do the cranial ultrasound. So, it's non-invasive, walang radiation, you can do it every day. So, tapos mamomonitor mo dito yung size ng ventricles, yung lalagyan ng tubig. So, you can do it every week, every 2 weeks, pag newborn, and open pa ang anterior fontanelles.
So, pwede yung monitoring.
The monitoring.
Okay.
Kapag ang cause niya is yung pagbabara lang or yung dugo na nagkakos ng pagbabara. Pero if it's more complicated or in bigger children wherein the fontanelles are already closed, then we go more dun sa mga neuroimaging na nandyan na ang CT scan, nandyan din ang cranial MRI. Pero the CT scan is usually medyo superficial lang siya, hindi siya ganun ka-extensive as the MRI. So, if emergency procedure, we can do the CT scan. In children, head trauma, nag-iisip ka na may dugo. Pero if we want to monitor yung structure ng brain, kung ano talagang itsura ng brain, or may tumor na iniisip dahil progressive yung headache niya, then we go with the MRI.
Okay, and in the event, Doktora, of course, syempre, diagnose nyo na talagang hydrocephalus, and then you have identified already the problem, o kung bakit nag-lead sa hydrocephalus. And then, when it comes to management, what will be your first step na gagawin po?
Okay, so if the hydrocephalus is acutely nangyari, biglaan na nangyari, and it's because of bleed or infection, mostly pag bleed yung cause, we place a temporary drainage. Kasi biglaan madalian. We have to save the life, no? So, we put a temporary drainage and we let the CSF, yung namumuong tubig, mag-drain. If it's more of infection, sometimes, not all the time, we put a temporary drainage to check kung walang infection yung lalagyan natin ng device para hindi siya magkaroon ng chronic infection. Kasi kung infected at madumi dahil nga sa infection, hindi natin basta-basta pwedeng lagay yung device. We have to treat. So, if naman na alam natin congenital at alam mo namang closed system ang brain, hindi naman na-open yan, wala namang infection, we put a shunt. A shunt is a device. It's a flexible parang rubber that goes underneath the skin.
So, when you say shunt, does it mean redirection?
It's a redirection. Para bang pag traffic ang EDSA, meron tayong C5.
Na-traffic din.
Na-traffic din. Pero hopefully, itong shunt na to ay hindi mata-traffic.
Pero dito, hindi naman. Okay.
So we put the shunt underneath the skin. Kadalasan, I want to emphasize that the parents should not be worried about this because as the hair grows, walang makikitang shunt. So, makikita siya as natural hair. Kasi nga, nakatakip. And even girls na medyo
Kaso,
vain.
Doktora, hindi ba yun paano pag nagsusuklay, baka mamaya
medyo may bump ng konti. But
pero hindi siya madaling matanggal.
hindi, because it's underneath the skin. So, talagang ang makikita mo, scalp and the hair.
So, parang basically, ito pa rin, parang may bukol lang.
Parang meron lang siyang maliit
Nakaangat na
maliit
konti.
na nakaangat na valve.
But basically, wala silang mahihila here.
Wala.
Okay.
It's underneath the skin, and then the shunt goes here until the peritoneal cavity where the CSF should drain.
Okay.
So, kaya sinasabi na it's an alternate route. Parang ibang daan para ma-drain natin yung CSF.
Oo, di ba ang ganda naman yan? At least, di ba, may, yung, you know, this is hope, okay?
Yes,
dun sa ating
that's
mga
right.
pasyenteng may hydrocephalus. But of course, at the end of the day, still, it's a case-to-case basis. Okay, and ito, Doktora, pag gantong may treatment, kamusta yung mga complications? Kasi di ba minsan kaya hesitant ipa-undergo ng ganito yung mga mahal nila sa buhay. Dahil, naku, teka muna, baka nakakatakot paggawa yan.
Right. I want to emphasize that this is life-saving. It's important na gawin yung procedure na yun because if we allow this hydrocephalus to build up, to be bigger and bigger, of course, simula, wala tayong ibang makikita kundi nagrereklamo lang masakit ang ulo ng bata. And then delayed. Motor, salita, delayed. But eventually, you have to put it in.
Doktora, di ba yung iba nga, lalo na yung babies, nagkakaroon ng mental retardation.
Right.
Kasi hindi makapag-function
Delayed.
masyado.
Because naiipit yung brain and the capacity of brain to learn becomes halted. So, nangyayari, so kailangan nating lagyan yung shunt. So, having said that, that's very important. Of course, syempre, ang paglalagay ng shunt is like any ordinary surgery. Sometimes you get complication, majority of the time naman, wala namang complication.
It's basically pros and cons pa rin. But
Yes.
this will be life-saving talaga.
That's
At least
the
nilaban
point.
mo yung battle.
Oo,
Rather than
yes.
isinuko mo na.
We emphasize on that.
Yeah. Pero Doktora, ito, especially dito sa mga younger ones, no? Is there a proper timing in doing this procedure na is it right away pag na-diagnose ng hydrocephalus, the patient can just undergo this procedure or there are like criteria to meet, okay?
Right. If it happens in the premature, yung mga premature kasi minsan less than 1 kilo yan. Of course, di ba, ang liliit na mga yan, the neurosurgeons would prefer them to be a lot bigger, at least mga 2 kilos and above kadalasan. Para at least mas healthy yung lungs, mas malaki ang
Mas
bata.
kaya nila ilaban.
Mas
ang
kayang
procedure.
ilaban. Yeah, mas matured in short. Tapos, in children naman, kapag mas malalaki na sila, we can do the shunting anytime. Ang gusto lang natin, huwag masyadong malaki yung ulo kasi nga, aesthetically, hindi maganda kung halimbawa na-shunt mo ng malaking-malaki ang ulo, nagki-cave in yung gitna kasi ang laki ng awang dito. So, we don't want that.
Siyempre gusto natin napakaganda ng outcome not only dun sa condition per se, but sa itsura rin ng bata.
Sa itsura rin ng bata. That's why
kasi
we
minsan,
want
diba,
to intervene.
doktora, lalo na pag nagsuschool na ang bata. Kasi diba, kanina nagkakwentuhan tayo ba before we take this, meron kayong mga pasyente talaga na parang have reached college, maayos
working. Some
diba?
are working already.
Kaya lang syempre, kung merong ganyang impact, baka nung nag-aaral, nahihiya ang bata. Diba?
Kung hindi natin na-address. But like what I was saying a while ago, putting a shunt is, of course, associated with some risk also. But we have to take into consideration the greater good that the shunt will do. Now, some, not all, of course, would have infection. That's why we have to make sure that there's regular follow-up with the doctors na nagkabit ng shunt. We have to stay healthy. The nutritious foods, exercise daily, the usual. Healthy lifestyle. So once the shunt is there, we have to be careful. Kahit na anong infection along the shunt track, halimbawa, dito dumaan, tas parang nagkaroon ng pula, we have to consult right away.
Baka mamaya infection pala.
Correct. Kasi diba, foreign body pa rin ito. So, we have to be one step ahead of the infection. It's not difficult. Ang kailangan lang, regular follow-up.
Okay, doktora, and pag naglagi ng shunt, gano'ng katagal yung recuperating period?
Madali lang. Ang mga pasyente ko na uncomplicated, kung halimbawa, it's a planned surgery, andyan ang bata, medyo malaki ang ulo, na plano na natin, within 3 to 5 days, pinapauwi na yan ng neurosurgeon.
And then the close monitoring will take for how long?
As long as lumalaki sila, like an usual follow-up, mga every 4 months, every 6 months, nakikita sila ng neuro.
So, dapat best friend nila ang neuro.
Oo, parang pediatrician din, yung mga turok ng mga vaccine, parang ganun din. Pero yun na nga, pag dumating sila ng late, hindi na natin pinag-uusapan ng 3 or 5 araw dyan. Kasi pag tutulog-tulog na, marami ng komplikasyon, itutubo mo na yung bata, pagkalagay mo ng shunt, hindi agad gigising yan.
Sakit naman sa dibdib niyan, doktora, no?
Kasi yun yung emphasis natin na we have to intervene early to prevent yung mga complications that we do not like.
Have you encountered patients na naging complacent or naging kampante ang magulang kaya nagkaroon ng delay?
Marami.
Or baka in fairness naman siguro sa kanila, hindi nila nakita na ganito palang kalaki yung problema.
Yes.
I'm sure lahat naman ng magulang mahal ang anak.
They want.
Yeah. Kaya mahalaga din talaga yung ganito, na-educate natin ang ating ang masa, di ba po? Para at least kasi it's hard if you don't know anything, how would you, di ba?
How would you prevent and protect your loved ones, right?
And ito, doktora, no, okay, so after the surgery, ito yung dapat tandaan na ng mga magulang na kailangan laging dadalahin ang kanilang anak o ang kanilang, kung sino man yung pasyente, no? Para for close monitoring, no? Monitoring. So ito, doktora, how serious can this get kapag alam ko nasabi nyo na, but of course, iba pa rin pag nanggaling sa inyo ulit-ulit, no? Bigyan natin ng healthy dose of fear ang ating viewers.
Yeah.
In the event that, hindi nangyari yung early diagnosis, hence late yung management, how serious can this make the patient?
Yeah, if the build up ng fluid is slow, of course, what you can see would be delay sa mga bata. Hindi nagtatayo, hindi natututo sa school, delayed, mahina ang pag-iisip. So, hindi sila kung i-compare mo sa ibang mga bata, sila yung nadidelay. So, if mabilisan naman ang pag-build up ng fluid and hindi natin naagapan, pwede pong ikamatay ng ating mahal sa buhay. That's why we always emphasize that we move early. We do everything early.
And with that, doktora, sige, kausapin mo yung ating mga viewers, give them, yung mga reminders and yung mga advices that, that they need to hear para lang at least mas maganda yung prognosis ng mga cases ng hydrocephalus sa kanilang pamilya.
Okay, so like anybody else, of course, we have to put ourselves priority. No, I know we have a lot of stress, we have a lot of problems here and there, but in general, we have to take care of our health. We have to eat healthy, we have to sleep early, we have to exercise regularly. That's the bottom line. Now, if your child presents with progressive headache, progressive enlargement of the head, motor delay, speech delay. Of course, these are red flags already that you have to intervene. Wala namang masama kung maghingi tayo ng opinion. Hindi naman ibig sabihin pag sinabing hydrocephalus, so operahan agad. There might be some easy way out. Baka pwede namang hindi agad-agad operahan and we could have time. Now, I always believe that an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure.
Definitely. Okay, very well said, Doktora. And this time around, baka may gusto kayong batiin or you might want to invite our viewers to visit you here at Makati Medical Center.
Well, I'm here in the neuroscience department. And anytime lang, nandiyan naman yung mga secretaries namin to give us a call whenever you guys need us.
And wala kayong gustong batiin, family?
My husband, hello.
Hello po.
Dr.
Ayan.
Terencio, hello. And my family, my mom and my dad and my sisters.
Hello. And of course, thank you very much, Doktora. And syempre, speaking of Makati Med, for more services, you can visit Makati Medical Center website at www.makatimed.net.ph. And you can also book an appointment using their website, or you can reach them 24/7 by calling their hotline at 02-8888-999. Okay, so that's 5 na 8 po at 3 9. And of course, thank you once again, Dr. Bernadette Terencio, a Pediatric Neurologist from Makati Medical Center. Naku, ayan, I hope mga kasambahay nakatulong po sa inyo ang mga impormasyong ibinahagi sa atin ni Doc Bernie. Think of this as your guide to embracing a healthy lifestyle. And with that, ako may pag-uusapan pa po tayo mamaya sa pagbabalik ng Doctors on TV. Nagbabalik po ang Doctors on TV. Ngayong buwan ay isa rin sa opisyal na ipinagdiriwang ay ang Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Marahil ito ay isang pambihirang sakit sa mga bata, ngunit isa itong naituturing na dahilan ng kamatayan sa mga sanggol at mga teenagers. At kaugnay po nito, alamin pa natin ang mga iba pang detalye kung ano nga ba ang childhood cancer. To know that and to keep your little ones healthy and happy, let's watch Baby Talk.
Cancer ay walang pinipiling edad, maaari itong makuha ng bata man o matanda. Kabilang sa pinakakaraniwang uri ng mga cancer sa pagkabata ay ang brain tumor. Ang mga simptomas ng brain tumor sa bata ay mahirap mapansin, kaya naman mahalagang malaman nating mga magulang ang ganitong kondisyon upang atin itong maagapan habang maaga pa. So let's start our discussion now. Ang pediatric brain tumor ay ang pinakamadalas na nakikita na solid tumor sa mga bata at teenagers. Ito ay ang growth o pagdami ng cells na nagsisimula sa utak or malapit sa utak. Ang tumor na ito ay pwedeng lumaki at mag-press sa mga kalapit na bahagi ng utak. Madaming klase ng brain tumor at hindi lamang lahat ito ay cancerous. Pwedeng non-cancerous din. May iba na mabilis ang paglaki at may iba naman na mabagal. Depende sa uri ng brain tumor kung anong klase ng gamutan ang gagawin sa bata. Karamihan sa brain tumor ay may abnormality sa mga genes na nagkokontrol sa pagdami ng mga cells. Ang mga magulang na may genetic condition na tulad ng neurofibromatosis at retinoblastoma ay may mas mataas na risk na mag-develop ng tumor sa central nervous system. May mga chemicals din na pwedeng makaapekto sa mga genes na nagpoprotekta sa katawan labang sa mga sakit at cancer. Ayon sa pag-aaral, may ilang cases ng brain tumor kung saan ang bata ay na-expose sa chemicals, pesticides at petroleum products. Ang symptom ng brain tumor ay depende sa location ng bukol or tumor sa brain. Ilan sa mga common signs ng pediatric brain tumor ay ang masakit na ulo na nagiging mas madalas at mas matindi, naduduwal or nagsusuka ang bata at nagdodoble ang paningin. Ilan pa sa mga signs ay ang may nakakapa na bukol kay baby, nag-iiba ang direksyon ng mata, pwedeng naduduling, confusion at irritable, difficulty with balance, problema sa pandinig, problema sa memory, personality or behavioral changes, seizures, especially sa mga bata na hindi pa nagkaroon ng episode ng convulsion before, slurred speech, trouble walking, trouble swallowing or pagkain, weakness or drooping on one side of the face, o kaya naman ay weakness or loss of sensation in an arm or a leg. Ang mga espesyalista ay hindi pa din lubusan na naiintindihan kung paano may iwasan ang pediatric brain tumors. Ngunit may ibang nagsasabi na dapat iwasan ang matataas na radiation. Ilan sa mga pagkain para sa brainy baby ay ang eggs, oily fish tulad ng salmon, green leafy vegetables, lean beef, nuts at beans. And that's it mga kasangbahay. Sana ay marami kayong natutunan sa araw na ito. As always, please consult your pediatrician for your baby's health. Thank you again for watching today's episode. Again, I'm Dr. Katrina Florcruz Dacanay. You can reach me through my Facebook page, Dr. Katrina Florcruz, YouTube channel, Dr. Katrina Florcruz, and Instagram and TikTok, katrinamd.ph. Thanks again, and I'll see you in our next episode.
Isa pang makabuluhang impormasyon ang aming hatid sa inyo mga kasambahay dahil ngayong buwan din ay ang Obesity Prevention Awareness Month at pagtutuunan natin ng pansin kung paano ba ang management sa mga obese na kababaihan. Embrace the journey to a healthier and happier version of you in women's health.
Magandang umaga mga kasangbahay. I'm Dr. Charmaine Di Beleno and welcome to Women's Health. Ang labis na katabaan o obesity ay maaaring makaapekto sa kalidad ng buhay ng isang tao. Maaari rin itong pataasin ang tsansa ng isang tao na magkaroon ng mood disorder at depresyon. At karaniwang apektado nito ay ang mga kababaihan. Paano? Pag-usapan natin ang kaugnayan ng obesity sa mental health ng isang babae. So ano nga ba ang obesity? Obesity is a medical condition and sometimes considered as a disease wherein there is an accumulation of excess fat in a person's body and it can cause negative effects on women's health. Obesity is becoming more and more common these days, especially to women. According to World Health Organization, obesity affects 15% of women and can cause lifelong diseases to women's health. Therefore, it is important to support women living with obesity by encouraging them, motivating them, and being sensitive with their condition. It is important for us to remember that the best life course approach to obesity is still dietary changes. We need to reduce our calorie intake and also practice healthy eating habits. Obesity can cause lifelong health implications, especially to women. It can increase the risk of having heart diseases, hypertension, diabetes, and even cancer. It can also cause sleep disorders such as obstructive sleep apnea. And the most common but not being tackled so much these days is how it can take toll into our mental health too. It can cause depression and mood disorders. The most common way to diagnose obesity is by measuring the body mass index. It is being calculated by getting the height and weight ratio of a person. Some other ways that we can use is also by getting the anthropometric measurement, by getting the circumference of the waist and hips and arms of a person. Generally, BMI of 30 is considered obese, but for Asians, BMI of 27.5 is already considered an obese. For the symptoms, women would notice weight gain, skin discoloration, and also some women would experience snoring or yung paghihilik, and then they would also experience difficulty of breathing or yung parang hinihingal sila. Some ways to prevent and manage obesity in women's life course involve healthy eating, managing stress, being physically active, and also getting enough good sleep. But still, the most important thing to practice is to have self-discipline for you to be able to change your lifestyle and also to maintain a healthier habits. If you find it difficult to manage your weight and avoid obesity, it is better to seek consult as soon as possible. Your doctors might prescribe you with some medications to help you lose your weight. Some laboratory tests may also be ordered just to determine if there is any underlying issues that causes difficulty of managing your weight. There are treatments now that are being used for weight loss. such as L-carnitine, and also there are medications for diabetes that is also being used for weight loss treatment, such as metformin, seraglutide, liraglutide. But then it's still the best for you to seek consult personally to determine which is the drug or medications that is appropriate for you. But as always, prevention is better than cure, so it is important for us to prevent obesity as it may cause a lot of health complications and also it may drastically affect our everyday lives. Aside from all this medical risk, it could also impact our mental health by having low self-esteem, stress, and may also lead to depression. And that's it mga kasambahay. Ang mahalaga, lagi tayong healthy. And for more information and questions, you can follow me on Facebook account, Doc Charm Online Consultations. Muli, ako po si Dr. Charmaine Beleno, isang general medicine at lagi po nating tatandaan, lalo na sa ating mga kababaihan, that our health matters. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
With that, we conclude our today's enlightening episode. But before we end, take a moment to watch this.
Watch these snippets for the upcoming episode on Sunday.
Ang ibig sabihin ho ng sleep apnea is hindi kayo humihinga habang natutulog. So yun ho yung literal na translation noon. Hello po mga kasangbahay, abangan niyo po ako at huwag pahuhuli dito lang sa programa tuwing linggo, ang Doctors on TV, only here at UNTV, your public service channel.
At yan po mga kasambayang aabangan natin sa susunod na linggo. And as we wrap up today's episode, we'd like to extend our gratitude to all our viewers for their unwavering support. Prioritize your health over hectic agenda. Give yourself a proactive care because your health is absolutely worth it. At ang lagi po naming dasal sa lahat ng mga may pinagdaraanan, lalo na po sa kanilang mga kalusugan, may God bring healing and guidance to each one of you mga kasambahay. Always remember, early detection saves lives. Make your health a priority. But before we end, I would like to greet ang ating Kuya Daniel Razon. Naku, salamat po sa Diyos sa inyong mga adhikaing serbisyo publiko. At syempre, BMPI's General Manager, Mr. J. Eusebio. May God always protect you both and grant you a healthy life. Syempre, binabati din natin si VP Nolly, VP Bong, VP Joseph, VP Jerry, ang Doctors on TV production team, Public Service Department, KDR Group of Companies. And syempre, ang aking kambal, si Iyo and si Iya, hello. Hi kay EJ, kay Doc Alain, at sa mga pasyente po natin sa Barbacabodil Health and Wellness Center. And of course, hi also sa mga taga-Delicates Food Corporation, kay Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Mooney. Hello, and Nanay and Tatay, I love and miss you both. At sa ating pong mga kasambahay, maraming salamat po sa patuloy ninyong pagtangkilik sa Doctors on TV. And please like and follow my Facebook page. Just type on Facebook search box, Dr. Sara Barbacabodil. We hope you found this discussion informative, empowering, and inspiring. Remember to follow us on social media for updates. Don't forget to tune in next time, God willing. Muli po, magandang umaga at maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ito po si Dr. Sara Barbacabodil. Let's make it a habit to learn about good health, only here at Doctors on TV.
Doctors on TV would like to thank Makati Medical Center, a hospital with a heart, located at Amorsolo Street, Legazpi Village, Makati City. You may contact them at 632-8888-8999. Like and follow their Facebook page at I Am Makati Med, or you can visit their website at www.makatimed.net.ph. Makati Med Wellness Center, located at 7th floor, Ayala North Exchange Tower 1, Legazpi Village, Makati City. Philippine Urological Association, Philippine Obstetrical and Gynecological Society, Philippine Academy of Ophthalmology, Philippine College of Lifestyle Medicine, Philippine National Police, Corazon Locsin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital, Our Lady of Mount Carmel Medical Center, Jose B. Lingad Memorial General Hospital, Valenzuela Medical Center, Adlaon Optical, located at ground floor Super 8 Warehouse Poblacion, Baliwag, Bulacan, 0922-878-5911, and second floor Aliu Complex, MacArthur Highway, Calvario, May Kawayan City, Bulacan, 0922-861-2095. Lindison Gas Corporation, located at 179 National Road, Landayan, San Pedro, Laguna, 4023. For inquiries, you may contact them at 02-8824-0867, 02-8824-9360, or you may email them at lgcsalesco@gmail.com. Clinica Figura, located at Entrata Building, Philinvest, Alabang. You may contact them at 0917-317-7272. Barbacabudil Health and Wellness Center, located at Unit 1531, Centuria Medical, Makati, Century City, Makati. You may contact 0917-317-7272 for appointments and other inquiries about your health and wellness needs. And of course, maraming salamat sa ating partner, ang DepEd Santa Rosa, sa pakikiisa sa ating adhikain na maibahagi ang kaalamang pangkalusugan. Dr. Sara Barbacabudil would like to express her gratitude to Medical Depot, Healthy Nom Nom Food, Whirly Dough. Special thanks to Dr. Saturnino P. Javier, Medical Director, Interim Co-President and CEO of Makati Medical Center, Mr. Arnold C. Ocampo, Chief Finance Officer, Interim Co-President and CEO, Ms. Arlene L. Songco, Senior Vice President, Ms. Monica Reyes Dizon, Assistant Vice President, Dr. Ryan Raymond Y. Bautista, Head of Makati Med Wellness Center, Mr. Mark Funelas, Unit Head Manager, Communications and Special Projects,